Hello again, my name is Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I will be looking at the OC System Enhanced GeForce4 Ti4600 video card. What is included in this package is an S-video cable, some software and drivers, and the video card. You can also order an optional DVI connector. When purchasing this card, you have a couple of options with regards to the heat sinks that are on the memory and the cooler, which is on the core. Now, as for the cooler, you can either go with a Thermaltake GeForce4 copper cooler or a Thermaltake crystal orb nickel-plated copper cooler. Also, for the heat sinks, you can either go with a standard aluminum heat sinks or the tin-coated copper heat sinks. Now, this card has 128 megabytes of memory, and the memory speed default on this card is 740 megahertz DDR. And the heat sinks, by the way, are on the front and the back of the card, so you're covering all the memory. Now, the core speed on this card is 315 megahertz. Also on the back of the card here, you have your standard VGA port, an S-video out, as well as a DVI connection. How fast is this video card? Well, it's pretty darn fast. First of all, the core speed on this, as well as the memory speed, as a default on this card, is higher than your average TI4600 video card. I, however, was able to overclock this card even higher than those defaults. I was able to get it up from 315, which is the default on this card, to 325 for the core, and for the memory I was able to get up to 755 megahertz DDR from the default on this particular card of 740. Now, not only can you overclock this card, of course, it has all kinds of power when it comes to in-game play. Vertices per second, well, there's 136 million. Fill rate, 4.8 billion anti-aliasing samples per second. Operations per second is 1.23 trillion. And the memory bandwidth is around 10.4 gigabytes per second. No matter how you swing it, a card like this is going to be very, very good in just about any application you can throw at it. Currently, this is the top-of-the-line card from NVIDIA, and since this card does overclock very well, let's see what it can do. The 3D Mark 2001 second edition result is 13,526. The settings that I will be using for the Comanche 4 demo are a screen resolution of 1280 by 1024. The bit depth is 32. Texture compression is checked. I've disabled the VSync and the hardware shaders are checked. And the result is 49.07 frames per second. The settings that I will be using in the Quake 3 Arena demo are a screen resolution of 1280 by 1024. The color depth is 32-bit. The geometric detail is at high. The texture detail is at max. The texture quality is 32-bit, and the texture filter is trilinear. And the result is 198.6 frames per second. In the XS Mark benchmark, I will be using all the default settings except for a screen resolution of 1280 by 1024 at 32-bit. And the result is 6,326. And the Unreal Tournament 2003 benchmark result at a resolution of 1280 by 960. The flyby is 127, and the bot match is 61. There's three important things here with this card. You have stability, both in drivers and putting this in a motherboard. It's not going to give you any kind of problems. Also, when it comes to performance, it is the top of the line right now for NVIDIA in the GeForce 4 series cards. Also, with regards to pricing on these cards right now have come down, and if you need a top performing card, don't look any further. This would definitely be a great option. Bang for the buck. There isn't really anything else right now on the planet. Overall, this is a kick-ass product. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds, and this has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also, be sure to pop into my website at www.3dgameman.com. And while you're there, you can go into the forums if you haven't already registered. Registration is completely free. Until the next time, take care.